Welcome to the 8th lecture of Python. In this lecture, we are going to start with the modules and packages concept, and we are going to see the final quiz on the topics which we have covered so far. So let's go ahead and start with the modules and packages. Now in Python, modules and packages are used to help organize and reuse the code efficiently. So we are going to first understand what is a module. Now module is just a simple Python file which contains Python code like functions, variables and any other code. So which you can import and use in other Python files. So modules are basically a way by which you can reuse the code by importing them in other file. So there are certain built-in modules also in Python, like math module is there, which includes mathematical functions. You have OS module for operating system interactions. You have date time module for date and time handling. So these are the built-in modules in Python. So let's understand how do we actually first of all work with built-in modules. So I will open a Python file. I will create a new file. Now first we are going to talk about built-in modules. So as I mentioned, there are many built-in modules. So let's see each of them. The first module which we have to see is the math module. Now see, this is an built-in module. So if you want to use a built-in module, you have to import it. So how do you import a built-in module is you will write import module name like this. Now if you want to access the functions, because this module consists of various functions, to access those functions you have to write module name dot function name. So let's suppose I want to get the square root. There is a function of square root in math module. You can use sqrt, and inside this you can mention the value like 6. So this is going to give me the square root of 6. Now again it will return me the square root, so I will use print here. So let's run this. You can see that this is the square root printed. Okay, the next is pow function. If I want to get the power of any number, I will write module name dot pow. Now pow function takes two parameters, the base and the exponent. 2 is the base, 3 is the exponent. It means 2 raised to the power 3. So it will return me 8. So I will use print. And you can see 8 is printed. Then next is, now if you want to get the value of pi, so pi you know, right? Like when we want to calculate the area of circle, we write pi r square. So to get the value of pi, there is a property in math module called pi. So you can use this. Okay, this is the value of pi. Then, these are some of the functions you can use in math module. Okay, now there is one more way of importing a module. This is one way. When you write import math, you have to always mention the module name to access its functions. But if, let's say, there is another way of importing a module, which is, I will comment it, I can write from module name import asterisk. When you write this line, what does this mean? It means from this module I want to import everything. Asterisk means I want to import everything. So in that case, there is no need to mention module name. This is fine. Now it will give me the output, same output we are getting. So this is how it works. If you want to import only a specific function, you can import that also, like sqrt. Now in this case the other functions will not work. So when I run this code, you see I'm getting an error for all the functions after sqrt. See, name pi is not defined, it is saying. Okay, so you can use this approach when you want to import everything and you don't want to keep on writing the module name every time, or if you want to import a specific function or anything, a variable, you can just mention the name over here and you can access it. So this is math module. Let's see the next module we have. The next module is random module. Random module is basically used to generate random numbers. Okay, so it consists of two functions. One is rand int and another is random itself. Random is a function of the random module. So first let's import this module. Now let's suppose I want to generate some integer numbers between 5 to 10. So I can write random.randint. So this will take to range 5, 10, means starting from 5 till 10. So 10 will also be included over here. So it will generate a random integer number between 5 to 10. So I will use print here. You can see 6 is printed. Okay, 6 is the output. So every time I run this code, I will get a new number, a new random integer, 8. Like this. Then next function is random. Random.random. This function generates a floating point number between 0 to 1. It will always be between 0 to 1, floating point number, not integer number. You can see it is generating 0.630. So every time I run, it will generate a new floating point number. Now, what if you want to generate a random floating point number between a range like 15 to 30? I want to generate a random floating point number, because in rand int already I am giving the range, but here how can I give the range? So there is a formula for that. The formula is you have to write random.random function multiply by the difference of upper limit minus lower limit. Upper limit can be like, now if I say 15 to 30, so 30 is the upper limit, 15 is the lower limit, plus lower limit. This is the formula. So let's say I want to generate a random floating point number between 15 to 30. So 30 minus 15 plus 15. This is going to be the formula. And we can see it is generating a floating point number like 22.4. So every time I run this, it's generating. So this is about random module. The next module which we are going to see is the OS module. So we have to import OS module. Now OS module basically consists of functions related to files and directories. You can access the directories, you can change the directory, you can get the current working directory. All those things can be done with OS module. So let's see the first function of OS module. So the first function is to get the current working directory. Current working directory means currently where I am working in this Python file, what is the directory of that. So to get that, the function is get cwd. See, it is giving D drive because I am currently working in D drive. Then next is, now if you want to like list the all the files and directories within the specified working directory, you can write list dir. So if I write this only, let's see what it gives. So it is returning all the files and folders inside the D drive, because I am currently working in D drive. You can also mention the path for which you want to list the directories. So you can just write the path here. Let's say I want to get the directories files of downloads folder. So actually I have to give double backward slash. See, now because there are too many files and directories, so it is seen like this. Okay, I'm getting all the files. So this takes a parameter also, and without the parameter it will give you the directories of the current working directory. If you want to change the current working directory, you can write os.chdr. Let's say I want to change the directory to downloads now. So I can do like this. Now if I get the current working directory, I will copy this. So this will actually now give me the downloads directory as the current one. Okay, now we are getting downloads as the current working directory. Then next is, if you want to create a new directory, let's say in my current working directory only I want to create a new directory. So how can I do that is, I will write os.mkdir. We have seen this is a normal command which we see in command line prompt. So you have to give a path. I mean, you can give a folder name, let's say new folder. I'm giving this name. I want to create a new directory. Okay, so there is no error, that means the directory is created. Let's check in D drive. So you can see new folder is created. So to remove this, you can write os.rmdir. You can remove a directory also. Now let's see again. Okay, that new folder is deleted. So this is how we can remove a directory. If you want to check if a file or a directory exists, you can use this function called os, means os is a module dot path dot exist. And you can write any path or any folder. It means it will check whether this folder exists or not. So it will return a boolean value. I will use print here. It is returning false because that directory does not exist. So this is all about OS module. This is how we work in OS module. Okay, so these are the three important built-in modules which you should be aware of. Now we are going to see how do we create our own module. See, these are built-in modules. But what if I want to create my own module? So I told you module is just a Python file. So we will now create a new file. Let's say I'll create the file here, like I will give the name as module_example. Now let's suppose I have a variable a as 10 here. Okay, now this file itself is a module. Let's say I want to print this A in some another module. Let's say here. So what will I do? I will have to import it. Now what will be the import here? So the file name itself is the module name. This module underscore example is the module name only. So we write import module underscore example like this. And then you can use the module name dot A and then print. Okay, 10 is printed. Similarly, let's say I create a function over here. And I print something. Now I want to call this function in another module. So simply I will just write module name dot demo like this. Okay, so A I have removed. I will just comment out this. Okay, hello is printed. One thing is, now let's say your module name is very big. Every time we have to write such a big name if we are importing in this manner. So we can give an alias like as me. I can do like this. Then instead of the name itself, I will write me. This is also fine. Okay. So this is all about modules. Now we are going to see packages. Now what are packages? Package is basically collection of modules grouped in a directory. So package means it is a place, you can say, where you can keep all your modules at one place. Okay, and to make your, so basically we have to like your package should contain an empty init.py file. It is important to have this init.py file in your package to tell Python that it is a package. If you don't have this file, that means it is not a package. So within the package you can create multiple modules, and we are going to actually see how we can access those modules outside the package. So let's take an example. So I will first of all create a package. To create a package, you have to create a directory first. So we can choose any directory, like I'll choose E drive. Now here I'm going to create a new folder. I will name this as nic_package. I'm creating this folder. Now to make this as a package, you have to create a file here. So I'll have to create a new file. In this folder, I will name it as _init_. So it is going to be a Python file only. We will save it. Now this should be an empty file. You don't have to do anything here. Now let's create a module in this package. So let's say I give the module name as greet. So I'm going to create a function here. And let's say it is having a parameter, and I'm returning that parameter. Okay. Now what I want is, I want to call this function outside this package. So one thing is, you should keep your package as well as the other file which you are using in the same working directory. Don't keep it in like one is in E drive, another is in D drive. Don't keep like that. So in the E drive itself, I will create a new file now, a new Python file, and I can name this as demo. I have named it as session. Okay, session.py. Now in this, I want to import the file of nic package. So I will write from nic, like the name of the package is this. From nic package import asterisk also I can write, and then I can call greetings function with a message. Okay, actually we have the module name is actually what? It is greet, no? So greet dot greetings. And then I will use print because this greetings function is returning the message. Greet is not defined. So actually, no, you have to import greet, which is the module. Okay, now it's fine. So basically inside the package, whatever module you have to import it. Then you have to write module name dot function name. This is the way you have to import any module from a package. So this is all about packages. That is how you have to create package. So with this, we are done with the modules and packages concept in Python. So now we are going to start with the quiz. So the first question is, which keyword is used to define a function in Python? So here we have 4 options. So which one is the correct here is D. We use def keyword to define a function in Python. Next is, what will be the output of the following code? So as you can see here, we have a function add where you have a parameter a, then you have another parameter b equals to 2, and then you're returning a plus b. And while calling the function, they are passing 3. So this means this 3 will be assigned to a parameter a. So here the output will be 5, 3 plus 2, 5 because b has a default value. So the correct answer is B. Then next is, what does the return keyword do in a function? So return keyword basically outputs a value from the function, right? So B is the correct option. Then next is, what is the scope of a variable declared inside a function? So when you create a variable inside a function, its scope is local. So B is the correct option. How do you import a module in Python? So out of these, the way we import a module is C, import module name, which is import math. What is the output of the following? We are importing a module, then we are printing the square root of 16. So here the output will be 4. The square root of 16 is 4. So here the correct option is C. What is the purpose of from module import function? We have seen that if we can import a module in one other approach, which was from module import any function name. So the purpose is that it imports only the specified function from the module. So here C is the correct option. So this quiz was about functions and modules.